Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everybody! Yeah, it is the Christmas season. As you can tell, I'm a little excited, just a bit. And for good reason, because tonight I am taking all of you on a Christmas house tour. Now, this one is not your average 20, 30-minute house tour. No. This is going to be a nice, casual, lengthy house tour. This was like an hour video, so hopefully you guys have some hot cocoa, got a little whipped cream in there, maybe some marshmallows, maybe some little Christmas cookies that you stole from Santa. I don't know, but there's a lot to talk about, a lot to see. Join me, because here we go, the JT 2021 Christmas house tour. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, let's begin our holly jolly hijinks here in my living room. And as you can probably tell, the halls have thoroughly been decked. So let's begin by talking about the stuff going on over here. So this is like a half wall that's right in front of my basement steps. And we've got a little ledge up there. And on top of the ledge, as I usually do, I have decorated that with some Christmas cards that people have given me from the past. And actually, let's go over here real quick. There's also this really neat garland. It's kind of the type of stuff you would do in grade school back in the day, where you link paper together, you know, little rings. And I bought this from Hobby Lobby. It was like $1.99, and you get a whole bunch of them, and I just kind of put them together. And you might notice it very much is Christmas colors and Christmas patterns. So really, really cool. And by the way, since we're up here, I do want to point this out. This is like my favorite gift box ever. It is a Christmas tree, obviously. And, I like it too much, so I never used it to give anybody a present in. But the reason I like it is right there. That little star Santa. Look at him! He's so great! And it's also glittery. It's got some like gold glitter. Anyways, that's more information about a gift box than any of you probably wanted to hear. So yeah, like I was mentioning, I've got two little shelves here. This is actually an entertainment center, and you're supposed to put a TV on top of it. But I'm not normal. I just look at the entertainment center as being an excuse to put out more decorations for the holidays. But okay, let's start up here. So, some people have commented they think this Santa is a little creepy. I really like him. He's cool, he's really well made, and oh my gosh, very soft beard. Santa, what kind of shampoo are you using? But no, he's pretty cool. He's got a sack on his back with pine branches and little pine cones and berries. It's wonderful. He's pretty big too. On the sides of him, you might have noticed, I have two ceramic trees, and they are flocked. So they have, that kind of snowy look to them. I like that. Oh, by the way, over here, I got this from Walmart this year. It's just a little sign, and it's got some nice vintage-looking artwork. And by the way, that is a word I'm going to be using way too much in this house tour. The word vintage. I like vintage-looking things. They're really cool. Of course, I've got a massive, big old jumbo pine cone. Got a little critter there made out of pine cones as well. What would he be, a little chipmunk or something? He's a hedgehog, I think. There we go. By the way, I do need to mention this. This is one of my favorite lanterns ever. As you can tell, it's kind of got a snowflake design made out of like metal. And one of the things I like about it is it creates really nice shadows, really good shadow effects. And maybe some of you can relate to this. I like to save the little tags on some of the decor items I have. I don't know why. I think it's just kind of fun to keep the tags on some things. I did not spend $40 on this. I got it on sale, but nevertheless, it's cool. And I should mention this. The candle in here is a peppermint chocolate candle, so it smells good, needless to say. Oh, and we can't forget this. You've heard of a rocking horse, but this is a rocking bear. Little rocking bear. It's pretty neat. I like the way it's, kind of sanded down on the edges to give little details. We've got another little pinecone hedgehog. And then we got old St. Nick's sack itself filled with presents. And it's got, listen to this. Oh, little jingle bells there, baby. Pretty nice. Okay, the bottom shelf, kind of similar to what it was last year, but we'll look at it anyways. I adore the artwork on these. They're like a book. They're like a fake book. But just look at, holy cow. Look at that artwork of Santa. They've got some detail on the spine as well. It's just, I love 1950s looking Christmas art, and it's just really good. Look at that. Christmas cheer. Look at the little sack of presents. So these can be used for storage. They open up, but there's nothing in them. Look at even the inside is detailed. It looks kind of like a cork board or wood. But yeah, these are great. And I have them in 3 sizes. Big boy, normal boy, little boy. Speaking of, this is one of my favorite snow globes. It's got a little toy soldier in it. We can shake it up, get a little snow going on. It also plays music. But look at that. Oh, is there anything better than a Christmassy snow globe? He's loving it in there. Also over here, I do have to point out, I have a candy dish, and I have filled it with York peppermint patties, and they look like snowflakes. This is probably one of my favorite Christmas candies to munch on. I would also mention this is a really cool candy dish because it's got a great little ceramic snowman in the middle with some berries. And the cool thing about it, of course, is that it is like 3 sections. So you can put 3 different types of candies in here. I just chose to go all out with the York peppermint patties. I'm a huge fan of Nutcracker soldiers. And as you can tell, I put them in descending order. We've got the really tall guy, medium, and the Chunko boy. Look at that Chunko boy. He's a little bit of a beefcake. And of course they all function as nutcrackers. Well, I don't know if you can really crack a nut in these things, but this guy's really big. That guy's really chunky. Pretty cool. I'm definitely a fan of everything that is going on over here. Oh, by the way, speaking of nutcrackers, look at this awesome rug. I went out to buy a rug because, you know, when it's snowing outside and people come in and they get the snow and the water everywhere and it's annoying. So I was like, I need to get a big rug so people can wipe their feet or, you know, take their shoes or boots off. And then I saw this and it's so cool that I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want people getting this all dirty and muddy. And so I moved it from over there to over here, and it's just kind of a display rug. But yeah, it's pretty great. I have this gigantic wreath. It's got lights and bows and pine cones. It's really big. This thing is huge. Oh, and up there, got a couple little birds. Reindeer bird and elf bird. And then I got some fake presents, some little critters there. By the way, stay tuned because I am going to be making something that's going to actually go underneath there. So these things are just temporary, but I'm going to do a little crafting project for underneath the wreath. So get excited about that. It's going to be pretty fun. Now, just across from there is my Christmas tree in the living room. This year, the Christmas tree here, usually the tree in my living room is kind of ratty and I don't really care about it. And I think this year, it looks a little better. I used some really thick golden garland. This is like a premium thick garland. And I think that looks really nice, the goldenness of it all. It's very shiny. And I went with more sophisticated ornaments. You'll notice they're not like novelty ornaments. They're all Christmassy colors. Oh, baby, hello there. Pretty nice. And then, you know, the white lights. So yeah, not the greatest tree. It's a little bit lopsided if I'm being honest. But then again, who am I to judge? But yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a more elegant tree in my living room this year. Hey, speaking of elegant, it's old Saint Nick. And he's got some silly reindeer ears on. But yeah, this guy's cool. I got him at, oh God, his beard is very, oh God. Why do I have a thing for petting Santa Claus's beard? What are we discovering about me today? I don't know, just move on. Anyways, that's really cool. It's very well made, and I got him a few years ago. Down here, we've got some more Santa goodness. So this is a little Santa toy, and he climbs up the ladder and plays music. So let's have a watch and a listen. The leaves so green, da-dee-da-da-da. Look at him. He's great. I actually had him on my kitchen table last year, but this year I thought it'd be fun to put him underneath the tree so it looks like he's decorating it. He's hard at work. I also put some actual logs of wood under the tree. I don't know what sense that makes. It doesn't really make any sense, obviously, but I kind of like the way they look under here. And then I have this sack of like reindeer mail. It's supposed to be like letters to Santa are in the sack of, the thing. But it just looks really cool. It has like an authentic look to it, so I thought it was pretty fun. There's not really letters to Santa inside. I think it's actually just a towel, but you know what? We'll just make believe that it's children's letters to Santa. So it's my little tree area in the living room. Now over here on my coffee table, I have a gigantic snowflake. It's made out of wood. I had this on my kitchen table in previous years, but I have since moved it over here to the coffee table. And it's like a 3D snowflake. It's pretty cool. And then just underneath here, I got a couple little birdie friends that are hanging out. The guy on the right here is new. This guy must be pretty strong because he is carrying an entire Christmas tree on his back. That bird has got some muscles going on. But yeah, like I said, he's new, and I'm a pretty big fan of that guy. Then I should also point out, this right over here is my absolute favorite snowman figure that I have. There's just something about it that I really like. Looks a little old school. He's got a nice little scarf. Pretty wonderful. And then, check this out. I bought this year at Bath & Body. It is a candle holder, and inside there is a little polar bear with her cub in a Christmassy scene. And it's the most pointless thing ever. It's just designed to hold a candle. And as you can tell, I have a winter scented candle. This smells amazing. It's kind of like cinnamon scented or something. But of course, not only am I interested in the smell of it, but the artwork is pretty wonderful as well. It's got a nice simple look to it. Everybody's just in a snowy field, building snowmen, having a blast. It's what Christmas is all about. On my sofa, there is some pretty charming things happening. I've got two plushies, like plush pillows of gingerbread people. We got the wife and the husband, and I have a feeling when I'm not looking some night, they're gonna do the deed, and I'm gonna wake up and there's gonna be a little baby gingerbread plush on this couch. I have problems, but nevertheless, just let me fantasize, would ya? And then, oh my God, it would not be Christmas time if I didn't allow all of you to be serenaded by Saxophone Santa. Here we go. Let's fire him up, baby. Oh, look at those cheeks. It almost brings a tear to your eye. Here it goes, big one. That's my favorite part for some reason. When he lifts his head and he really gets into it. Anyways, I like him way too much, but he's pretty great. And then, of course, we got a Christmas tree pillow. I'm sure you've already noticed, but there are two vintage-inspired blow molds on the left and right side of my couch. I'm so in love with these. They're so neat. I got them from Walmart this year. They were $30 each. And, like I said, they're inspired by that classic look of Christmas blow molds. They are the candle, the red candle with the wax dripping down. They're just, when I saw those, I'm really getting into blow molds, like dangerously getting into blow molds. And I'm a little worried I'm going to have a collection that makes me look insane within like a few years. But they just seemed so perfect to have on the left and right side of the sofa and everything. So yeah, those are very calming, very nice. They set the tone, they set the ambience. And then this is a pretty magnificent setup on this shelf, I think. The first thing that I'm really proud of are all of these Christmas greeting cards that I have hung from some candy cane yarn. And then I used little red clothespins. I actually painted the clothespins to be red. And then I, hung up a bunch of Christmas cards. So this is something that I think people used to do a lot more back in the day, where they would just hang up cards with clothespins on a string. I was looking through eBay and I saw a bunch of old Christmas card holder things. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta do that myself. And so it's a new tradition that I'm starting where I'm just gonna hang them all up on clothespins like that. And then of course I wrapped around some twinkle lights just to add more detail to the display. But I am very into those. And some of those cards are really, really neat. I mean, some of them are newer, but like, if you look over here on this one, this is a vintage one. Look at that artwork. It's so neat. And then this one is vintage. This one in the middle is vintage. Oh, we got Santa with a reindeer. That's an old school one. This is an old one. And then this little one is old too. Little girl doing her stuff. I think the date on all those is like 1953 to 1955. So, you know, very neat. Now on top of the shelf, it's kind of separated into two different themes in a way. So over here on the right is a dessert gingerbread kind of vibe. And then over on the left, I went with the honeycomb trees. So actually, let's talk about those real quick first. I really like them. I'm not even totally sure why. They're just such a simple thing, but like honeycomb stuff is just really neat to me. And I love the color. So I decided I needed to display these guys this year. So yeah, got some nutcrackers hanging out. We got a candle here that is Christmas cheer. It's actually like a cinnamon scent. And this is definitely in my top 3 nutcrackers. And I'm not making a joke because there's 3 of them. I mean, like, you know, it's in my top nutcracker statues because there are 3 nutcrackers stacked on top of each other. Bottom one's got a sword, middle gold one has a tree, and the top red one has a tree. And then I wrapped them in some fairy lights. But yeah, those are pretty neat. I'm a big fan of those nutcracker soldiers stacked on top of each other. But you might have seen those before in previous house tours. So let's move over here. As you can see, it's 23 days till Christmas at the time of me recording this. It's a little gingerbread house. You take the blocks out and you change it around to count down to Christmas. I actually really like doing this every morning. I have a few countdowns in my house. So every morning, the first thing I do is I pee, and then I change my little calendars, my little things. Here is a gingerbread man with his own mug of cocoa. I don't know if he's gonna be able to drink all that himself. That's like pretty much the size of him. He's stirring it with a candy cane. I mean, come on. How am I gonna resist buying that? It's marvelous. Okay. And then look at this, just to show you how on theme I am. We've even got a hot cocoa and cream candle that has a little gingerbread house on it. This smells like cocoa, and yes, it smells amazing. This tree is made out of all sorts of various candies and stuff. Speaking of, this is another one of my favorite nutcracker soldiers. This guy even has a pretzel scepter. That's how you know he's in charge. He's got little, and this I'm actually jealous of. You know how much I'm obsessed with shoes. He has gingerbread shoes, gingerbread boots. I want a pair of gingerbread boots. He's got little frosting coming out the top. I want these. Oh my God, I just realized he's standing on top of an Oreo. I'm learning new things about my own decorations in this tour. He's got a cupcake for a hat. How come I never noticed this? What? Okay, he's got a cupcake hat, you guys. And then, even though this is maybe not technically in the living room, it's kind of in between the living room and the kitchen, I am really excited by this little piece here. It is, well, maybe you can already tell, it is a bunch of ski lifts with little wintry Christmas animals riding them. And then I put some lights along the side of it for little details. And there's even a ski lodge sign just above them. And I added some little icicles on there. But basically, these little ski lifts were sold at Target this year. And so were the stuffed animals separately. And I wanted to get the stuffed animals, but I was like, I don't really know what to do with them, so I didn't get them. And then I saw those little ski lift things, and I was like, holy crap, now I need to get it. And it just kind of put itself together. I wanted for them to be like hanging from the ceiling, like a real ski lift, but it just didn't look right anywhere in my house. And so I just decided they would be perfect right there, kind of on top of each other. But yeah, I'm really excited by that piece. So let's move on from the living room into my kitchen, which has my favorite Christmas display of this year. And as you can tell, I transformed my entire kitchen table into a winter wonderland scene. So first up, in the very middle, we have something that I have called Cozy Cabin. I actually made this myself out of foam board and construction paper. I used a bunch of ornaments, like as you can tell, there's a big wreath on the front, there's a little snowflake on the door, little candy canes, and then there's a chimney on the top with a reindeer peeking out, surrounded by a bunch of frosty trees, and of course, maybe the most important feature, a little train that goes around the whole thing with Santa Claus, a penguin, polar bear, reindeer, and you probably noticed this, the train even has little puffs of smoke coming out the top of it, or the front of it, in the little chimney area. It's so great. It's very cozy. And to be honest with you, I actually almost didn't want to do this because I thought it would be a bit much, and it definitely is a bit much, but I think in all the right ways. It just, for some reason, it makes it so much cozier in my kitchen. And you may notice at the very top here in these lights, I used black lights to make the snow glow so that it feels like it really is, capturing that feeling of a winter evening, like, winter in the middle of the night or whatever with the snow where it kind of glows from the moonlight. So I am just really, really happy with this. And then on the top with the lights, I put all of these snowflakes. This one is gigantic, and it just, it all comes together to be this wonderful, completely not usable, but wonderful kitchen table display for Christmas. I pretty proud of that. Pretty happy with the way all of this turned out. And as elaborate as this kitchen table is, I have to say my favorite part of it is this little area on the side, because this little dog ornament looks like my real dog, Sadie. She's a mix of Corgi and a Collie. So this is like a little Sadie over here, and I gave her a little treat. She's got a little peppermint taffy, and I just like to pretend that I'm the snowman. So me and Sadie are just hanging out in the snow over here. I do need to point out that in the back of Cozy Cabin, there's even a little Yeti who's just hanging out back here with his own little fire. He's got some snowballs and stuff. And then look at this, you guys, just to show you how obsessed I am with details. I built a little firewood chest, and there's little birds on it and everything. But the reason I built this back here is because I wanted to hide the cord for the lights that are attached to the roof. So when I want to turn them on and off, it's inside of there. Instead of just laying it on top of the snow where it looked ugly, I built a little firewood chest to hide it. So yeah, I wanted to make sure all the angles of this scene were covered, and I really like the little secret Yeti hiding behind the cabin there. He's not a mean guy. He's not up to no good. He's just staying warm and enjoying the cozy ambience. Oh yeah, and we even got a sack of reindeer feed back here for the reindeer. On the side of my kitchen table is this shelf that has a whole bunch of Christmas stuff on it. This year, I actually went with a theme that goes across the entire shelf, and I don't know if you can tell, but the theme is toys, like Christmas toys, Santa's workshop kind of vibes. So everything on here is very toy-like. So let's go over all the little compartments, shall we? Well, first of all, the very top has some blow molds. These are new from, the candy cane and the penguin are new from Target this year, and the toy soldier in the middle was from Target last year. I've also got these wooden cutouts of Christmas trees and the pop-up star in the back. I will say, I do like these blow molds, but I don't think glitter works on a blow mold. Like if you look at this candy cane a little closer, the glitter is like kind of, I don't know, a little messy. It doesn't really illuminate through the glitter quite in a beautiful way. It looks a little, I don't know, but I do like them. They're nice, and I'm always in for some new blow molds. Now just underneath there, actually let's go over here. This little section has, it's almost like, it looks like it's a small world. It's got that kind of an art style going on, but we've got these little toys that you put inside of each other. I'm sorry, I don't remember. What are they, like little, what are them? I forget what they're technically called, but you rip them open and you stick them inside of each other, and it's morbid and weird, but it's very, I don't know, it's very cool. So we got Santa Claus, a nutcracker, a ballerina, little toy soldier, a little, oh my God, look at the size of this little sprout. I could swallow him and not die. It's a little snow boy. And then the other thing is a little lion. So I am definitely a fan of all of those. We've got this really cool wooden cutout of like a castle, kind of looks like Santa's workshop. And then just back there is a bag that you would put like candy or cookies in for Christmas, but I have the bag just on display because I like it that much. My favorite section though, actually all of these sections are kind of my favorite section, but I really like this one because we've got the little toy blimp going to the North Pole. It's got some little details in there. We've got a toy teddy bear, like a polar bear with a candy cane, little toy stuff down there. And then we have the toy ballerina. In case you don't know, I'm obsessed with ballet. I want to marry a ballerina, and I'm in ballet myself. But this was at Target this year, and I pretty much had to get it. She spins around and plays music. And it really, I think, completes the toy theme that I'm going for with this shelf. It's pretty fantastic. One of the things I don't like is she doesn't stop facing forward. Bing, there we go. Okay. I'm that obsessive with everything being, perfect. And then over here, we have, we got a little toy airplane. This is an ornament from Target. We got little stuffed animals of a Christmas cookie in the shape of a tree, a peppermint, some cocoa, a little s'mores boy down there. So they're all hanging out, little stuffed animals. Got some more of these little guys. These actually go to a skiing thing that you put underneath your tree, but I don't have it, so whatever. I do like this plane though. I do like the little wooden plane. Again, everything is very Santa's workshop around here. Rudolph does play music with his saxophone, but he doesn't have batteries in him. I forgot to put batteries in him. I'll have to do that, but you can see what he does from previous house tours that I have uploaded in the past. So yeah, and this is a little toy soldier bird, a little rubber ducky ornament. This is a little box to put letters from Santa in. Pretty fantastic. And this is a little Ferris wheel. This is one of my favorite trees. It's made out of God, I don't even know what that would technically be. It's like a, fancy garland type material, but in the shape of a tree. How can you go wrong with that? So yeah, this is this is one of my favorite displays. And I'm sure I say that after everything, but I really like that I gave it a theme of toys this year. Very colorful. Just up above my cabinets, I have some pine garland with white lights. I always do this every year. It just obviously lightens up the room. It just makes it very calming, very Christmassy. And then I have some gift boxes up there as well, which were from Walmart about 5 or 6 years ago. I put the little poinsettia flowers on some of my cabinets. And then over here by the stove, we have got a little cookie jar that is a Christmas tree, salt and pepper shakers that look like nutcracker soldiers. We've got this table runner that is snowflakes. And then this is one of my favorite Christmas trees. Again, it's made out of ornaments. I got that on sale, really cheap after Christmas a few years ago at Target. So very happy with that. We even got a little reindeer, little ceramic frosted reindeer looking all glittery. Some pretty good stuff. Naturally, some oven mitts and towels and whatnot. And then over here, you don't even want to know what's going on over here. Well, maybe you do actually. So this is a little penguin igloo resort, and they are just having the time of their lives over here. They've got presents, they're going skiing, they're just enjoying a little bonfire. They're just loving the Christmas season, and who could blame them? They've got one of the coziest areas in the whole house. So God bless them. Now also, over to the right of them, we got some little treats. We have got some melt-away Santas. So basically you get milk, and you heat it up, and you dump these in the milk, and these little chocolate Santas melt and create hot cocoa. It's kind of a weird little thing, but I love it. Very nice. This is some peppermint taffy in a very nice looking elegant reindeer bowl. And then just behind there, oh, look at these. We got some Whoppers snowballs. I probably won't eat these. I just like to collect good packaging and good candy ideas for holidays. So, yeah, I think these are just kind of a decoration here. And then another nice flocked Christmas tree, kind of to, go with the igloo vibe that we have here. And then on the side over here, we've got some hot cocoa mix. I just really love this packaging as well. It's funny because these lights make it go really dark. I don't know why. I don't understand lighting. But this is some hot cocoa mix. It's like closed with a rope. You close it with a rope, which I just thought is so weird. Very Norwegian or something. A little plate. This is Elf on the Shelf. This is just Elf on the Shelf candy. But look, is it just me, or does the Elf on the Shelf guy look like he's about to murder somebody? I don't know. And then over here is my sink area, which of course has my kitchen sink. And we've got another little countdown here of a wooden snowman. He's got a cardinal in his hat, which I'm assuming is good luck. Little blocks down here to count down to Christmas, like the other stuff I have in my house. And then we have quite possibly the biggest snow globe that I have ever seen sold in stores. It's pretty magnificent. It has a light up base that looks like the outside of a brick home, and then the chimney is on top and Santa's going down the chimney. When you shake it up, of course, there's a bunch of snow, but it's kind of funny because this is a huge snow globe and it's quite heavy. So the idea of picking up a snow globe, shaking it, and then it's a little dangerous is what I'm getting at here. But as you can tell, dangerous and beautiful, just like me. Ah, yes, and I need to mention this. This is Santa's sleigh as a soap holder, because a soap holder is a very important item. You need one of these, obviously, because soap just doesn't hold itself. But it's very blingy, and I like blingy things. And of course, the soap is, as you can tell, crushed candy cane. It smells very good. Oh yeah, I also wanted to show you this, my collection of Christmas mugs. Oh hey, look at that! There are a bunch of little lights inside of there so that it looks extra fancy. Almost like that was planned. So anyways, this is one of my newest mugs. It is an adorable little reindeer face. I love it. I've had some cocoa out of this already. Very good. That is a high-tiered Christmas mug. Here's another new one. This is a little polar bear and his scarf is the handle. Got a nutcracker back there, very good. Polar bear, another bear. We got a marshmallow snowman on a graham cracker. We got Santa. There's a few more as well, but I think they're in the dishwasher. Okay, let's let them rest for a while. Ha ha! Oh, I thought we would catch them having a Christmas party in there, but of course that's ridiculous because the mugs aren't going to be having a Christmas party just because we did. No. Okay. We'll catch them one of these days. All right, let's walk into the bathroom. And, the bathroom is a very special place, obviously. It needs to be maximum comfy, and I think I have achieved that. Before we start talking about the decor, though, I do want to point something out that I find very cozy. Out of my window, I can see my parents' Christmas lights. So it's like I'm getting free Christmas lights just by looking out the window. Anyways, okay, so first of all, you probably noticed this fella right off the bat. At the very top here, I have a blow mold of Frosty the Snowman. Well, I don't know if it's Frosty, but it's a snowman. And I got this from Big Lots this year, actually. And he's pretty good. I have surrounded him with a bunch of snowflakes. And they're hanging from the ceiling, and it's a very winter wonderland kind of a vibe. And then just underneath here on all of the shelves, we've got, of course, a bunch of various decor surrounded by white Christmas lights and some golden garland. I really like this guy. He's just a happy, crazy-looking Sasquatch. Little Bigfoot guy down there. It's pretty wonderful. We've got the little snow globe. I've mentioned this before. Whoop-a-dip-a-doo. There we go. I've mentioned him before, but he's one of my favorite things. It's like a bowling pin. It's just this really heavy, sculpted wooden type bowling pin that looks like Santa Claus. So, very fun. Over here, we've got a wooden snowflake. Got that new this year. A little gnome. Now, I gotta say, I don't love the gnomes. I'm not a gnome kind of a guy. I think they're overdone. But one or two gnomes is okay, especially for Christmas, because they kind of look like little elves. This reindeer is new this year. He is made out of God knows what. I don't know what this material is, but it's kind of fun. And I wanted him because he has eyebrows. And if you know me, you'll know that I have some of the greatest eyebrows that God has ever given a human being. And so I naturally related to him. And he's got a cool little jacket type thing. It's a pretty nice little saddle. So I like him. I jump on him and ride him around in the middle of the night. Down here, we just got some ornaments, some pine cones and stuff. And we got a little mama polar bear and a baby polar bear. Of course, we've also got this rug, again with the Christmas rugs. But I always tend to put them in a place where people can't use it as a rug because I don't want it to get dirty. But that's a new one. Little round snowflake rug. That's pretty fun. Now over here, this is a new item that I absolutely adore. Again, you know I'm gonna say it. It's a blow mold. It is a Christmas blow mold. This one runs on batteries, and it's a Christmas tree. It's got a star, and it's got the little light bulbs. It's quite large. One of my favorite new items of 2021, and of course I don't even know what this thing is, by the way. I've done so many house tours. I don't know what this is meant to be. It's like you put your laundry in it or something. Again, I just use it as another shelf to put decor on. And by the way, look at the way the lights on this blow mold are reflecting off of some of the surfaces around here. It's just good. It does my heart good. Over by the toilet, yes, we have to talk about the toilet. Got a little display here. It's a very basic thing. I always put this on the back of the toilet. It's just a little wooden scene of a deer and a bear in a forest. But it's pleasant, so I wanted to point it out. I put some fancy garland around this artwork. I painted this myself. No, I didn't. I'm lying, but let's pretend I did. We got some Christmas towels. Now, if you come over to my house and you take a bubble bath or a shower and you use these towels, I will throw a conniption. These are just show towels. You don't use those, touch them, or think about them without me yelling at you. Friends of mine have learned that the hard way. Those are just there for looks. I've got this little Christmas bush. I just decorated this with some garland and a big old bow on the top. I like the way that looks. Now over here by the sink, we've got some fun things, a lot of which is like Nutcracker themed. So let's go a little closer to some of these things here. This is neat. This is from Hobby Lobby. It is a Nutcracker sign, and you can spin it around to reveal another Nutcracker. But I usually have it this way, not that way. This way, because it's a green background. But I just thought that was fun. You can have joy, or what does the other side say? Noel. Let's go with joy. I'm feeling more joy right now than I am Noel, whatever that means. Really good Nutcracker soldier. Oh, by the way, this is cool. I've got some gingerbread chapstick and cinnamon roll gingerbread hand sanitizer. Take that, COVID. And then here is some soap. Peppermint soap. I've never opened it. Had it for about 3 years. What kind of a maniac collects soap? The guy behind the camera right now, that's who. On the other side, we've got little joy to the world wooden block of a Nutcracker. And then look at this. Look at this weird, cool Christmas tree. It's covered in a flocking, lots of ornaments. Really good. And again, this candle is the peppermint chocolate flavor, cocoa peppermint. My whole house just smells absolutely wonderful. I just want you to know that. And then around the mirror in the bathroom, I have some garland and lights. And then there's just like, we got a little Merry Christmas sign here. Got some ornament stickers. Got some, these are kind of neat, by the way. Little boxes I got from the Dollar Tree that have some antique looking artwork. You could store stuff in there, but yeah, little elf. There's also a little elf over there, but yeah, pretty good stuff. Cough drop. And last but not least, we will now enter my bedroom. And this is, of course, where I spend the majority of my time. But it's funny, I was gonna say this is where I put like all my favorite Christmas things. But to be honest with you, the whole house is filled with my favorite Christmas things. But there is a lot to look at here. So you know what? Let's get started. And I think the best place to start is over by my computer desk. First of all, once again, I have a very large, beautiful wreath. It is just above my monitors there. Has some wonderful lights on it and everything. This is actually made by my mother. And I think it's really beautiful and fancy. It's a great centerpiece just above the computer area. And then over on the shelves, I love having little scenes, little winter scenes on shelves. So the bottom one here has some frosted pine branches in the back. We got these little logs as well. I love just little bits of nature in a scene. We've got some pine cones. I made these fake icicles out of a glittery craft paper, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Behind here, there are lights that are glued up there, and you just twist them to turn them on. And it's an instant frosty Christmassy glow. I love that. We got some little birds. I've collected a lot of these. I might have like 20 of these birds. Got them in the bigger size and the little small size. They've got their scarves and hats and all sorts of cute little stuff. Little ski lift skis back there. Pretty nice. But of course, actually, the main centerpiece, I don't know why I haven't started with this, is this really cool Martha Stewart? I forgot her name for a second there. It's a Martha Stewart lantern, and it's made out of wood. And it is so cool. There's a little scene in there with I think it's a boy. He doesn't want to focus. There he goes. Little boy, a town, a tree, some street lights. Very nice. All the little details of the stars on top. And again, I left the tag on. Over here, a little sack of some, Christmassy foliage. On the top, we've got kind of more of the same. Got little birds. This bird right here with the skis is new this year. Bought him from Target. I'm trying to find birds that are different from ones that I already had. So that one had skis. So I thought it was a good addition. And then I got some frosted trees up here. We've got the little snowshoes. I like those. Those are cool. I hung them up there. Those are from Target. And we've got sometimes I like flickering lights, the little ones that twinkle. It kind of adds to the scene, makes it feel alive in a way. And then up there, we've got a blow mold from Big Lots this year. And it is, of course, old Saint Nick himself, all lit up and looking very pleased with the season. So let's go ahead and come down here. We've checked out both of those shelves. So down here, we've got some stuff as well. First of all, I actually love this. Whenever I'm feeling particularly jolly, I'll give this a few little rings. I just set that there. This was, I think this came off of some candy, but essentially you spin Santa's face. Whoa, and he's got a lot of different faces. Oh, he's stuck between two faces. Oh my gosh, this is horrifying. Save Santa. Oh, almost. Come on. There we go. So I kind of mess around with this a lot for no good reason. Oh! I think you can see why. Here is a cool little item. It is a little scene inside of a television. And it's got a reindeer and a snowman, plays music. I like the fact that the Try Me is one of the presents. Got that from Target this year. It's got a neat little flannel topping to it. A little wreath, a little hot air balloon ornament. I really like this guy. I gotta talk about him. Just this little wooden toy soldier. It's so well made. I love the art style of it. Big fan of that. Hey, this is just like that snowman one in my living room. It's just a little piece of wood with a vintage looking bit of artwork on it that says, "Have yourself a Merry Christmas," just in case for some reason you can't read. This is just a cool little tree. Hey, this is this mistletoe or is this holly? I'm not sure. I don't know my Christmas plants, but it's just neat. It's like it's just a hunk of wood. And so I had to get that. All right, over here we got some greatness. Let's start off with the most obvious thing, the chimney with Santa on it, and look what this does. He goes down the chimney, and you can see his little feet in there. And then he goes right back up, and there he is. The wreath lights up, got little stockings, little fire. One of my favorite items for Christmas 2021. It's from Target. Plays music. But yeah, it's even got some like glittery snow details. This is amazing. What's that you say? Let's do it again? Okay. Santa goes down. And there's this little... Good thing the fireplace is not on, am I right? I bought this. This actually, I think, is the first item I bought this season. So... pretty great. All right, while he's doing that, I also should mention, here is a Santa Claus mug that has an entire tree coming out of his head. I didn't do that myself. That's the way I purchased it. I think that's from Hobby Lobby. And then we've got a couple little guys here. A Nutcracker mouse. I'm always trying to find different types of nutcrackers. And that one is, the mouse from the actual ballet. So very nice. And then you got another little mouse here with an acorn. Look at him. He's got his own little acorn. He's very happy. So just loads of craziness happening around the desk here. But then, and of course my wallpapers are very Christmassy. They cycle out every 10 minutes. There's a little bit of, it's so dark sometimes because all the different light sources. Let me just grab this actually. I've already shown this, but this is a gingerbread man, hand sanitizer holder. Again, a very pointless thing. You don't need it, but look at it. Of course I need this, and it's glittery. You guys know how much I like shiny things and glittery things. There we go. This is something that just arrived in the mail today. I need to talk about it. This guy right here is a vintage Santa figure. He's actually about twice as big as I thought he was gonna be, but look at him. He's just perfect in every way. He's just so old school. I think he's from the 60s or 70s. I'm not even sure. I should look it up, but love him. Very good figure. He's flocked as well, nice and soft. But yeah, that's my favorite Santa figure, I think, that I have right now. We got a little mini tree by the computer. Some hand sanitizer. What is that? Ooh, it's Nutcracker hand sanitizer. How could you go wrong with that? Once again, this candle holder, it is incredible. You spin it around, there's a whole little scene going on. Maybe we should spin it this way because there's Santa's sleigh. We got a bunch of presents. There is a Christmas tree with ornaments. It's just great. I love it. Also, the candle in here, in case you're wondering, is a cinnamon candle. So, nice and spicy. I love it. Okay. This is another one of my favorite new things for Christmas 2021. This is a large blow mold that is a snowman. I mean, I don't know why I'm explaining that to you. You can tell by looking at it. But my parents actually got this for me as a early Christmas present, and I love him. He's about 3 feet tall, nice and glowy, very vintage, I think kind of valuable. He's probably worth about $70 on eBay. I would never sell it, because I really like him. He's even got a broom, but yeah, just fits so perfect next to the very tall Nutcracker soldier and my tree. By the way, I do need to show this. So my dog Daphne, who passed away a few years ago, a friend of mine painted that for me, but I found this little toy in a store, and I was like, that looks a lot like Daphne, and it's pretty insane what it does. It's pretty funny, so I had to get this. Yeah. Oh. Rap. I could not resist owning this thing. Now, of course, the tree itself is a big part of the bedroom atmosphere. And this one is different from the one in the living room because it has a frosted, it's got a flocked thing going on. And this one is really more about all the crazy novelty ornaments. It also has a little drum for the base. So really quickly, let's just see. This was an ornament. My friend Emily made me this one because I'm in love with the workout woman from Fortnite. Which she made an ornament out of her. I don't want to talk about that too much. I don't want to talk about my lust for Fortnite women. Here's some crystally ballet slippers. Here is a vintage ornament. I think it's like a bell. This little candy cane guy is new from Target this year. We got a Santa Claus. We got an ugly sweater. Got some bacon and eggs up there. We even have a California raisin towards the top of the tree, representing him. This is an old school ornament from my grandma. It's a Santa Claus on a reindeer stick toy thing. Here's another retro one. Got a robot. Here is Santa Claus on a swing that has a star on it. This one and this one are clearly from the same company, but I'm really a big fan of that. We've got a goldfish, very fancy looking. Got some little characters on a ski lift. A little baby mouse in a nut taking a nap. A veggie burger. I mean, the tree is just loaded with fun, right? I mean, come on. We got a banana. We've got a blue Sasquatch. This is an ornament that Dan made for me with his 3D pen. It is Kirby, of course, and a little Santa hat. But his little hook doesn't work as well. I guess it probably would, but I'm just going to put him there. Here's a snowman with Coco. This is a Peter Pan ornament that was given to me when I was working at Disney World as Peter Pan, or a friend of Peter Pan, I should say. But of course, we've got a shark. I don't know how I missed mentioning him. But yeah, that's my tree. It's my Christmas tree here in the bedroom. And it's got a lot of fun stuff happening. Next up, I would like to point out that I actually change up my back wall with wrapping paper. I would highly recommend you try this out as well. Wrapping paper is a very cheap, effective way to bring a lot of Christmas, a lot of Christmas design to a room. And so, yeah, and then I put up the big tinsel and the stars. On the bed on the back, we've got some more of it, little colorful lights. On the bed itself, I have this. This is a new Santa Claus pillow that I got. Very big, very fluffy. And I don't actually use that as a pillow, but you could. And then I have, these are two of my favorite pillows. They are ornaments. I like that they're shiny. Very cool. I have a blue one of those as well, but I don't use it because it doesn't really go in with the red and green theme. Naturally, lots of soft Christmas blankets. Oh, and look at this fella. It's a little sloth. He's a little Christmas sloth, and he just kind of hangs out down here on the end of the bed. Over on the side of the television, there is a little shelf. I'm sure you guys have seen this many times, but for Christmas this year, I have decorated it with some little fake icicles, some colorful lights, and of course, the wonderful little birds. This is a Santa bird, got some ornaments, and I don't even know what to call this. It's just a tree that's glittery. And then down here, we've got a bird that thinks he's a Christmas tree. We should put him in therapy, but you know what? We're letting him be what he wants to be. If he thinks he's a Christmas tree, then by golly, we're gonna let him be a Christmas tree. Down here, I've got a really cool Santa Claus in the shape of a cone. He's kind of large. A bunch of Christmas stuff here. Some magazines, little notepad, the holiday gift guide from Nintendo. This is from 2016, I believe. Some wacky Christmas glasses. And I really like these. I've shown them off before, but they are little books little ornament books. And again, it's the artwork that really does it for me. It's Santa Claus making a special delivery. And the other one is, let's grab that real quick. It's just Santa Claus stuffing reindeer into a train, as you know, as you often do when you've completely lost your mind. All right, well, some more jingle bells down there too. These are definitely worth demonstrating. These are special Christmas glasses, and what they do, let me see if I can pull this off. What they do is, when you look through them at Christmas lights, oh my gosh, the Christmas lights turn into snowflakes. Oh my goodness, look at the wreath! The wreath is filled with little Christmas snowflakes. What a time to, oh, look at that! What a time to be alive. Also, wait a minute, hold on. What about outside? Do they work outside? Kind of, yeah, on that tree they do. Oh. By the way, I should point this out. So, you know, I live a life of pure bliss. I'm over here doing Christmassy things at the computer, and all I gotta do is turn my head a little bit, and I look outside, and I see all the lights, my Christmas trees out there that are lit up, and my town, just look at this! Right outside my window, there's tons of stuff lit up. That looks further away than it actually is. It's closer than that even. So I can't get away from Christmas cheer, and Lord knows I don't want to. It's just, it's my blood at this point. It circulates through my blood. My television has some garland wrapped around it and a star on top of there. I oftentimes relax at night with, you know, digital virtual fireplaces from YouTube videos. This is my go-to one. This is the one I like the most. On the sides of my TV at the bottom, at the base here, I have these lanterns that light up and glow, and those are wonderful. And then, all right, let's go over here. The top shelf is just, it's just some, you know, little elves. They're not Elf on the Shelf brand, but they're little elves, and they're by some timber and little garland and snow, you know, just hanging out. Down here, however, I am very excited about, because I got these in the mail the other day. Like I said earlier, I have a Christmas card video coming up where we look at vintage Christmas cards that I ordered, but these are some of them, and they are incredible. We got Santa Claus in a barn with a reindeer, some little sheep in a barn. Look at this. Little dog in an igloo, and some wildlife creatures in the forest. Now, the cool thing about these, let me just grab one, is that, as you can tell, they are kind of, wait, let's get it to focus. There we go. They're kind of 3D. You like bend it and stuff, and and it's even, look at this. What does that say? Let's fasten on the jingle bells. I heard old Santa say, for it's almost time to make our rounds in the jolly-filled, fun-packed sleigh. Well, there you have it, folks. Anyways, that is, I mean, I love those greeting cards so much. They're from like the 1950s. I think the igloo is my favorite one. But I mean, come on. So I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out with me tonight and checking out my frosty, holly jolly, festive, Christmassy house. This is definitely, you know, one of my favorite times of the year, and being able to just live in all of that atmosphere every single night during the Christmas season, how can you help but not be overjoyed? And I hope I was able to share some of that joy and some of those Christmassy vibes with you here tonight by welcoming you into my home and giving you a little tour. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Stick around at the channel. I, of course, have some more Christmas videos that I am working on. But until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.